One of the things about chiropractic is that when you Google it and you look at it and you look it up and you check things on chiropractic, very rarely do you see chiropractic and its true definitions and its true meanings. Chiropractic has been helping people in the United States since 1895, but chiropractic's history and roots of helping people through spinal care goes back a millennia. Most people, when they're thinking of chiropractic, they have a preconceived notion of neck or back problems, but they don't realize that the original chiropractic patient in America, the first one, Harvey Lillard, in 1895, was adjusted and his deafness went away. Now, Dr. D.D. Palmer, who founded chiropractic, thought that he had a cure for deafness. And D.D. Palmer put up signs and he made proclamations that he was a new deafness cure. But lo and behold, some of his other deaf patients didn't get better. Well, D.D. Palmer wasn't the kind of person that was stuck. He went back and he studied what chiropractic was all about. And lo and behold, he started getting stories from his clients and his patients of miraculous recoveries. D.D. Palmer unknowingly had stumbled across the greatest health discovery of all times. D.D. Palmer, and then later his son B.J. Palmer, put together a system and a program of health in a different way. Instead of health being an outside in, instead of health being taught in a way that your symptoms were a problem, the Palmers taught us to embrace your symptoms, that symptoms were messengers from the body. Now, the Palmers spent over 35 years studying how the health of your body is related to your spinal column. And after 35 years of concentrated research, they came up with first it was an idea, and now it's a fact. It's a fact through research. It's a fact through thousands and thousands and thousands of people, clients like yourself, relating that chiropractic has helped them reach a level of health they thought was impossible. So the question is how does this happen? When you're born, there's an inner power inside of you that runs your body. That inner power starts from the moment of conception. You start from one little part from your mother and one little part from your father. Those two pieces join. And for that moment, you're one single cell. Two becomes one. And then all of a sudden, a miraculous thing occurs that no human being on the planet can fully understand, which is that one single cell, which is you, starts to divide. And it starts to divide and divide and divide and divide. And what it's growing is it's growing a little mini you. Now, the first thing that forms in your body is right here. It's got a fancy word. It's called the medulla oblongata, which sounds like a scary thing, but it's really your brainstem. The very first thing that forms on a human being is the brainstem. The brainstem, the brain, and then the spinal cord. Now you may ask yourself, why is this first thing formed? And the reason it's the first thing formed is because all of your organs and every single part of your body grows because a message comes from the brain, comes down through the brainstem or the medulla oblongata, and out through spinal nerves, out through your spinal cord, and out through spinal nerves to every single organ in your body. And your body starts growing and growing and growing. Now, by the time you're delivered, you're a full human being. You're a baby. Now, the Palmers theorized the most important part of your spine was probably something that was designed to protect this medulla oblongata. And what protects that medulla oblongata is the atlas, which is the top bone in your neck, and the axis, which is the second bone in your neck. They further came to the conclusion that if these two bones misalign, and the chiropractic terminology for misalign is subluxate. Subluxation occurs when the atlas or axis shift from their normal position, which is the top two bones in your neck that encircle the medulla oblongata, or your brainstem. When they shift from normal position, they choke the brainstem. Now, someone might say, well, what does this brainstem choking feel like? And that was their point. It can feel like any symptom because there's over 72 trillion fibers that attach from your brainstem to your brain. And it's a proven fact, when you get pressure on the brainstem, you get conditions and problems far-ranging. So the Palmers thought they stumbled on a cure. But what they stumbled on was something even greater. What they stumbled on was a block in human potential. What they stumbled on was that if you can adjust the human spine, that people function greater. The more the Palmers practiced and the more chiropractic spread, people realized that chiropractic was something larger than healthcare. Chiropractic was about having people get closer to their creator. Your chiropractor is going to adjust you today, or going to check you today for subluxation. When he checks you for subluxation, he's checking you for bones that are out of alignment. The reason it's important to have those bones realigned or adjusted is so you can function at your very best.